today we're going to shear them the traditional way with hand shears. Like a big pair of scissors, really sharp. The reason I've turned it over is that it's going to sit here a lot quieter. And if I handle it the correct way, it will relax, and I hope actually quite enjoy it. You go to the hairdressers and you sit in a nice comfy chair, chat about things, think, oh that's alright, decide what hairstyle you want. 10 minutes later, job done, pay the bill, walk away. Here we're actually harvesting one of the most sustainable fibres you can get, wool. It grows naturally on the sheep. They graze on land where you won't put a plough in the land. So it needs management, grassland, forage, herbage, up in the mountains. If it wasn't for the sheep, it would all be overgrown. Yes, maybe we need a few more trees, but we don't want the whole country covered in trees because you'll lose all your natural grassland, all the insects that are associated with that, all the bees. So the sheep have an important role to play, and hopefully so does the sheep shearer. So let's start shearing. So my client's going to get bored. So I shear to a set pattern, and all the time when I'm shearing, I'm trying to control that sheep, keep it as comfortable as possible. And I just work my right hand with the blades around the sheep, and my left hand, my legs. I'm just controlling it to keep it comfortable, hopefully keep it relaxed.
Okay na, trong budget.
You can see most of the time my protector for the sheep is my left hand, and the way I'm just controlling the movements, the balance of that sheep by using my legs so I can keep it comfortable. Shear off the tail, you don't want any muck left on the tail. Any dirtiness left there will attract flies. We don't want flies on the sheep. Flies will lay eggs, eggs will hatch to maggots, and they're not very nice for the sheep. I shuffle back with my feet. That allows me to roll that sheep up. I can work underneath its tail, around its rump. Roll it forward, resting it on the back of my left leg, holding it in place with my right knee. All the time, it's just manoeuvring gently around. And I act a bit like a shock absorber, trying to keep it comfortable, trying to keep on the move so it doesn't get bored, doesn't get scared. It still knows its mates are still close by, but at any time it could kick and struggle, and I've got to be ready for that. And experience tells me how to react. But I can't predict anything that sheep's going to do, other than I'm trying to manipulate. You can see I've got these special little shoes on, moccasins. They enable me to roll on my ankles. I'm flat on the ground. I can use the toes to get right in underneath it. And all I'm doing with my right hand is opening and closing those blades. They're very sharp. When you relax into a day shearing, you can do upwards of 100 quite easily with the blades. Keeps you fit. And today's little trip, it's a bit like some people go off and play golf. I go off shearing sheep in strange places. I'm now going to lie down. So I've got my left foot right underneath its shoulder. So I'm just manipulating with my left hand behind its ears. Someone does that to you, it's actually quite nice. Just see it's moving its head around. I'm not moving it, it's just moving itself. So the sheep are shorn, as I said, every year. They go back to their fields, moorlands, and grow more wool. The wool is one of the most sustainable fibres you can get. Once you finish using your wool, you can put it on your garden, it'll break down and be a nutrition to the soil, helping the diversity of bugs stay healthy. But while you use your wool, it's a jumper, pair of socks, carpet, insulation, whatever you can think of to make use with wool, it's locking up by weight 50% carbon. So if you want something that's going to sequester carbon, wear something woolly. So we're just coming down the last side. This one's been very well behaved at the moment. That's tempting fate now, isn't it? So the left hand there just keeping that skin tight. You can see it can move quite a long way. She's just then back into me. So by shearing with the blades, you leave a cover of wool on the sheep. Like ourselves, they get kind of like goose pimples. So on a cold day, all your hair stand on end. The wool will do the same. The sheep will do the same with the wool. So it's an ambient temperature today for a sheep. If it comes colder tonight, it'll get the goose pimples. All that wool will fluff up. We're leaving 5 to 10 mil on there, so it's got like a little felt jacket on. And that yellowness is a natural lanolin that's produced out of the skin to keep the wool nice and soft, to keep it weatherproof. They say within 24 hours, sheep can handle anywhere between -12 and +30. And that's the kind of weather we're going to be getting now with climate change. So I think blade shearing is the way to go. Takes a little while longer than shearing it with a machine, but there's a lot of people who want a job. Anybody want a job? I could give up then. I could come and work up in the city. Oh yeah, I'm there. Has anybody here shorn sheep or worked with sheep? Any shepherds here? I hope not, they'll tell me I've got this all wrong. So you can see that sheep's quite relaxed there. I think it's quite enjoying it. So back to that hairdresser's story. You have a chat, you find out what they're up to, you want them to come back again. So you've been gentle, you've been polite. Foot there, you just sit there in your own time, you can leave. So if you have a calm approach, they stay calm. If you go in all aggressive, they're very stressy. And you don't need a whole day's work with stressy sheep. So I teach people how to shear. So we've got a whole piece there, probably about 1.5 kilos of wool. A pair of socks is about 100 grams. Standard woolly jumper, fancy made woolly jumper, something like that. That's probably not wool, that's probably cotton.